Welcome to Polygon.com, streaming from the void. My name is Patrick Gill.
Hi, I'm Pat.
Hey, it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. I'm Allegra Frank.
My name is Patrick Gill. Allegra Frank, it's wonderful to make your acquaintance here in the void.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've heard good things about the Void.
Yeah, it's rent's on its way up, but it's good to get in on the ground floor right now. Do you want to watch some? Do you want to watch some video game intros, Allegra?
I sure do, Patrick. Yeah, we're back playing the baseball game in the Void.
Yeah, we talked about doing Tekken because I saw some wacky shit from Tekken games, and I was like, yeah, let's do Tekken. Hell yeah, Tekken. And then I watched all the Tekken intros, and it's just way too much anime, and neither one of us knows anything about Tekken. So I figured it would just be like 30 minutes of us just going, what? Who? Heihachi? Who?
Yeah, and I feel like every time we do an anime one, you die a lot inside. I don't want to kill you. I always get really sad and scared that I'm going to murder you.
Yeah, death by 1,000 animes.
Yeah, so that sounds like a good call.
Cool. So Aaron Sales saying, first of all, also, hi, chat. We love to say hi, chat.
Hi.
Aaron Sales in the chat says, do Mario Golf. When you're done watching this stream, go back. We already did all of the Mario sports games. That's actually where the name of this, the informal name of the stream came from. Let's play the baseball game. We did all the Mario sports games. We did all the Mario Party games. We ventured around, did some other games, intros. And now we have circled back around to Mario just because we love Mario so much. I'm gonna take us out of the void. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Actually, first I'm gonna send a Slack message to my employer.
Wait, did we even tweet this yet?
Oh, I didn't hit go on the tweet either. Tell me a little bit how your day's going.
I'm just having those Friday feelings. And today, pretty good. I actually feel pretty good, all things considered. It's been a long month. It's been a real long month, Patrick.
Now, all things considered, is that your favorite NPR program?
I was actually talking to my boss earlier this week about NPR, and we kind of were talking about Splatfest, and we were like, okay, there should be a Splatfest that's glass versus gross. And I mean, Terry Gross doesn't really do all things considered.
Glass versus gross?
Yes, as in Ira Glass versus Terry Gross. We both fell on the Team Ira side. I would say This American Life is easily my favorite.
I don't know. He seems like he might be kind of a jerk.
No, he's really good. He's so funny. I saw him do Oh Hello, that Nick Kroll and Don Mulaney.
Was he good on that?
Yeah, he was very good.
All right. So Ira Glass chat is over. I've posted the link. I have let people know that we are doing this stream. And now I'm going to do one more thing, one more piece of prep work. I'm going to drop into chat the link for the Trello board we'll be using to rank these intros, because we are going to be scientifically ranking these intros for their cinematic prowess over the course of the stream. And
film is a science.
Film is a science and an art.
Okay, we're out of the void.
Okay, so we're going to kick off with that classic
Super Mario Brothers.
Time to crack a cold one with Allegra.
Just completing all your sandwiches here.
Thank you.
All right, Super Mario Brothers. So something about like classic Mario, which they actually they zeroed in on, is it is very Brechtian, I will say. Like, it's very self-aware of like, okay, this is a two-dimensional plane that Mario travels upon. As if it is a stage play.
Sure, and I think that's the thing that we've covered extensively in our previous Mario streams, is that the idea that Shigeru Miyamoto has come out and said that he views Mario and his friends as a traveling theater troupe.
Yes.
And the adventures that we consume in the form of video games, to him, are just shows and plays that Mario and his cast of characters are putting on. And I think that the amazing potential that offers and opens up is the sort of backstage politics of the Mario universe. Like, if we're considering that, you know, maybe a lot of the glimpses into the Mario universe that we've seen aren't necessarily canonical. You know, they're constructions, but these are performers putting on these shows. So what are their relationships backstage? Are Mario and Peach really involved? No, Waluigi is fucking Peach.
Yes.
are Luigi and Daisy involved? No, Waluigi is fucking Daisy.
And maybe Luigi.
Yeah, you know.
And Mario.
And Mario.
Maybe he's fucking everyone.
I genuinely believe that Waluigi is just he's, you know.
He has a lot of love to give.
He's got a lot of plates spinning right
And we
there.
ascertained all of that from that 15-second intro.
Yeah.
I will say. So I think that was very successful. Communicated a lot of information.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that.
So yeah, so far that is our number one. Super Mario is our number one and our
our least
highest
favorite.
ranked and our lowest ranked currently. Let's keep on playing the classics.
Okay. Before I start this, I like how it says Mario game and Luigi game. Just like that.
Let's play the Luigi game.
Let's play Luigi game.
Okay, so we've got the hopping turtle, sort of a fake scare there as he hops over the head of Mario.
So this is the same sort of thing, but I feel like it's becoming a little bit more complex because this is sort of taking me out of the realization that, okay, this is all fictional, this is all crafted.
There's a death.
Because one, there was a death. There was a death on stage, which I feel like doesn't really happen in the theater.
Well, the show must go on.
The show, indeed. Although it stopped right there.
Has anybody ever died on stage?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure people. have died
I know
on
it's happened
stage.
in wrestling, but like
I'm sure it has happened in the theater. It is one of
Well,
the most dangerous jobs.
Abraham Lincoln.
He wasn't on stage.
He wasn't?
No.
I thought he was in a play when it happened.
You're not serious, right?
I thought he was doing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Doing Cats.
when what's that guy? Aaron Burr crept up.
Aaron Burr was dueling him in Jesus Christ Superstar in the famous Jesus Christ Superstar duel scene. And then he accidentally actually shot Abraham Lincoln. Yes, that was the first and last theater death. And I think that was probably a reference to that death
Okay.
in Super Mario Brothers 2.
All right, yeah. So where do you rank that one compared to Super Mario Bros. 1?
I was going to say it's a little bit more involved in a way that took me out of the sort of theatrical sense, so I didn't actually like that quite as much. I didn't really like the pyrotechnics, the special effects that were going on there. I felt like that was trying a bit too hard, so I would rank that under Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, cool. I agree that Super Mario Bros. 2 is a worse intro than Super Mario Bros. 2. Now let's look at Super Mario Bros. 2 as it was released in the United States, in Japan as Doki Doki Panic.
Yes.
From 1998. So this is Super Mario Bros. 2, which is...
1988.
I'm so tired.
It's okay, Pat. It's okay. All right. Also, this game is very bad, by the way. Hot take. Not a fan of this
Disagree.
game. Do you like Super Mario Brothers 2, aka Doki Doki Panic?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Oh god, it's so hard.
So right off the bat, a very sort of, silent film era type presentation here with the ornate framing, the text, really telling a lot more than showing. We've got some sort of previews of the characters down there. We learned that they do in fact throw radishes. They do in fact pick up Shy Guys and throw them. But I think another really important thing to tie back into those sort of Brechtian themes are, what do you notice in the foreground there?
Got them curtains.
You got curtains. And
Oh.
let's pause real quick. So that was Super Mario Bros. 2. We got to see the main title card and the splash screen, which reintroduces those themes of theater.
Yeah, I really liked the silent film aesthetic there. I will say I am probably not intelligent enough to follow along with that text. I could barely. It went very fast for me.
It went very fast.
It went very fast.
I read at a 3rd grade level, and I think that was scrolling past at like an 8th grade level.
Yeah, and I didn't really know most of the words.
No, I didn't
saying.
actually. I couldn't read any of them.
No.
Do you? Let's back it up. So first of all, let's rank it. That wasn't very good. I'm gonna say super. I'm gonna put Doki Doki Panic as my 3rd entry because that's where I feel it belongs.
I actually liked it a little bit more than Super Mario Brothers 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, before I move, give me your logic.
I mean, I think that they went whole hog on the early classic cinematic aesthetic, which I really did appreciate. I think they actually committed all the way through. And then we sort of see the collection of playable characters as like the theater troupe. There are the curtains there, which is a theme that they will capitalize on in the next one we will see. So I think they're really understanding, okay, this is what we want to portray the Mario universe as a stage play in which we are all the actors.
Let's see the continuation of that theme in the introduction for Super Mario Bros. 3.
Okay.
Let's back it up a little bit. Let's back it up. Because there's a very important detail at the beginning of the Super Mario Bros. 3 trailer.
Okay. There we go.
The raising curtains once again.
Very important.
Undeniable, the theme of all the world is a stage in the world of Super Mario Bros. And even in this shot, the curtain remains present, just as a constant reminder that none of this is real. All of this is a construction.
Their budget is way higher, though.
It is, definitely. So I love this opening. It's so cute.
It is very cute.
To talk very genuinely for a moment, like they using the gameplay assets and elements that they had available to them, they made a cute little animated story where they established the rules of this world. That if you jump on a turtle, it turns into a shell, and if the shell leaves the screen, it comes back on the other side of the screen. It's really fun, and it's really cute, and it's my favorite so far.
I like that one a lot, too. I really appreciated that huge sort of Super Mario Brothers 3 banner that comes down. I feel like this would have been a very, like, explosive stage show, sort of like a U2 concert, if you will.
Yeah, exactly like a U2 concert.
I think that was sort of the U2 concert equivalent. Like, that was the arena show.
In the world of Super Mario Brothers, which Mario brother is Bono and which one of them is Edge?
Thedge. I think Mario's got to be Bono.
Mario is definitely the Bono of the Mario Bros.
Yes.
And I don't know if Edge is even a good fit for Luigi.
No,
because he's sort of a bit of a rock.
He's probably Larry Mullins.
Is he the drummer?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I think he is. He's the one named Larry Mullins, which is the worst name of the group.
Yeah.
So he's got to be Luigi.
Yes.
Larry Mullen? Okay, it's Larry Mullen, excuse me.
Larry Mullen. That was my favorite one so far, though.
Yeah, I loved that. That was definitely the U2 Arena Tour 360 experience.
Definitely. So we're part of the way through our ranking of the Super Mario intros, but we still haven't found what we're looking for. So let's keep rolling with Super Mario Land on the Game Boy.
All right. Wow, nice black and white here. Real throwback. Oh my god. This feels very much like early cinema, which I think is a fascinating era. And not just live action cinema, it feels like early animation.
Yeah, it does actually.
Which I super appreciate. It feels like a very early like Max Fleischer cartoon.
It's interesting to see the shapes that we know, the characters and shapes that we know from the Mario universe being sort of extrapolated, or what's the opposite of extrapolated? Reduced down to even more primal forms that are still recognizable to our eyes. I think that was an interesting exercise on the part of Nintendo.
Like cave paintings almost. Which is very fascinating as from an anthropological standpoint.
That's a great thing that you can actually say after anything that you say.
From an anthropological standpoint, fascinating.
To make yourself seem real smart. Like anytime you say something, like, have you noticed that the lines are longer at McDonald's for breakfast if you show up at 10 as opposed to 9?
Just from an anthropological standpoint.
It's fascinating, just from an anthropological standpoint.
The thing is, I unironically say that all the time. Like when I talk about what I like to write about, I'm like, I'm just really interested in like sort of looking at video games from an anthropological level.
Fucking nerd.
Oh god.
Where does that rank for you? For me, that's just under Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. You know what? Yes.
Would you put it above or below Doki Doki Panic?
I liked Doki Doki Panic, but I also think Super Mario Land does very, very interesting things on a sort of greater scale historical basis. I think we have a lot to learn about the history of art from watching that intro.
I concur, and I rank it accordingly. I'm so tired. Why am I always so tired
You're
when we're
always
doing
so
these?
tired. Wake up. Wake up. We're doing the next one.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Super Mario World.
Yes. Okay, there's that. So in this one, we've moved away from the framing of the stage, but we did see the classic cinema technique in that radial wipe.
So if the original Super Mario Brothers were theater, I mean,
Yeah.
this is very much film.
Yes. But for some reason, we're seeing it through a fence.
Yes.
which gives it a bit of a sort of provocative. What's the word for when you like peeping at people?
Is this still Super Mario World?
Voyeuristic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think this is sort of akin to like if you go to a drive-through and one, you don't have a car, and also it's like an R-rated movie or like a drive-through like porno or something.
Did they have those?
Maybe. Just a porno on a huge screen outside.
Just 30 people cranking it in their cars.
On a huge ass screen outside, people cranking it in their cars, but you're a kid, you're not supposed to be in there. There's a huge fence fencing in all the cars, so you're peeking through the peepholes that all the other boys from gym class carved through the fence. That is what that was.
Yep. And where do you rank it? Honestly, as far as Super Mario intros go, I don't think it was as interesting or as good as the other ones. I feel like it was a bit derivative, and it did not like in the Super Mario 3 intro did an interesting thing where it's like, let's take the jumping and the attacking from this game and let's make a little skit out of it. That was just like, let's show people Mario jumping on some people, which is a lot less interesting to me.
I did appreciate Yoshi's cameo though. But yeah, I think that the only thing that was really interesting to me was that breaking of the diegesis there with the fence. I sort of like that suggestion of, yes, this is provocative. This is perhaps lurid even. Maybe you shouldn't be watching this. Maybe your parents should be in the room with you. I appreciate that sort of foreshadowing from Miyamoto, if you will. But in general, yes, I would say I'd probably rank that pretty low. But it's their first stab at film as opposed to theater.
Would you put it above or below Doki Doki Panic?
Below.
Okay.
Oh, you have it on there twice.
Oh, do I? Okay, good, great.
Okay, cool. So now we're on Super Mario Land 2.
Let's hit it. Then once again, returning to the Game Boy. The very first appearance of
Your boy.
my boy.
Your beautiful boy.
Well, maybe okay. Interesting decision to start the demo off right away after the title card with a water level. Water levels are usually sort of the point in a Mario game where they start mixing things up. And in this one, they're right away saying, look at this water.
It's also where I start to tune out because water levels are terrible. But this is, I feel like this is sort of flashy. It really is saying we have conquered one of the most difficult things in filmmaking, which is shooting underwater, especially for such a sustained period of time.
Yeah, like if you look at the behind the scenes features on a film like Sphere, perhaps James Cameron's Sphere, you'll hear about the horror stories that they went through. You know, the chlorine burns from the tanks. You know, algae blooms happening in their shooting locations, and you know, in some cases even fear of drowning. And I admire the courage that they went through there, and also to conquer that in a mobile form on the Nintendo Game Boy.
Yeah.
I think is pretty impressive. But as far as an actual introduction to a game goes, I don't think it was very good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I definitely appreciate, I think that was probably like a 16 millimeter sort of camera, you know, very constrained, very small window there, very small frame, very courageous, ambitious idea concept there with the underwater, solely underwater. And it looked like a single unbroken shot too. So that probably took a lot
Very impressive, yeah.
Very impressive. Probably took a lot of rehearsal.
Yeah.
And I wonder if what you were speaking to about the James Cameron thing, I wonder how Mario came out of that, because look, it's Wario Land now.
Yeah.
Mario's taking a backseat.
He's taking a break is what
Yeah.
he's doing. I think he's saying no more for me.
So I applaud you, Mario, but also you need to be a little bit less reckless.
Where would you put that in our ranking of Mario intros?
Mario Land 2. I mean, I think it was impressive.
Yeah.
Probably more impressive than Super Mario World, but
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to rest for me right under Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Wario Land. So this is I don't know if we should include this because this isn't a Mario game.
I mean, Super Mario Land 3.
Okay, we'll include this one because it is
Yeah.
called Super Mario Land 3, but we will eventually do a separate intro for Wario games.
We should do that.
Yeah, why don't we do that today? Shit. that's
Damn,
okay.
we really should have done that today. We
it's
needed
okay.
it today.
No,
because
I
your
want to
boy-
save it for a day where I'm feeling really good.
Okay.
All right.
All right, the water's back.
Yeah, this is where they sort of introduced a pirate theme for Wario, I think.
Sort of interesting character here. We've never seen him before. Real plot. There's a real plot going on. And this feels sort of like a classic, like, great train robbery-esque
And this is
silent film.
And it's a beautiful sort of reversal of expectations because you see this ship flying the Jolly Roger and you think, here comes trouble. Nope. There's a bigger fish in this pond, and his name is Wario, and he has conquered. It's like if in the beginning of Star Wars when the Super Star Destroyer flew over the screen, if a guy just like a bigger one flew past that. It's exactly that, and I loved it. It established so much about Wario and his personality so quickly.
Yeah.
That one ranks pretty high for me.
Yeah, I think it did a very, very good job of establishing who this new character is. And I also appreciate the fake out, like you were saying, with that ship, especially because we've never seen this guy before. I don't necessarily have expectations, but based off, just semiotics, I assume, okay, this is our big bad. But Wario is both our big bad and our anti-hero, which is fascinating.
I love him so much. It is just really fascinating from
Yeah.
an anthropological standpoint.
Yeah. I legitimately refer to the work that I do as anthropological, and now you're making me reconsider everything that I've chosen to do with my life.
I liked that more than Super Mario Bros, but maybe not as much as Super Mario Bros 3.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I would agree.
Congrats.
Also, I think finally I am alive now. That was the first game that came out during my lifetime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My God, you're so young.
I haven't been alive during any of the other ones.
This is one that is very close to my heart, but it
Okay.
is, I don't know how well it's aged, so let's take a look at this one.
This is Yoshi's Island.
Sorry, real quick, I want to talk to the chat. Zach Melkert asks if there is a Why Yoshi. The answer to that question is yes. In the unlocalized version of Mario RPG, in the localized version of Mario RPG, there is a Yoshi with a spiked collar and cool sunglasses called Boshi. In the Japanese version, he is referred to as Washi.
Washi. Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Why'd they change his name?
I think because the whole Wa thing is a Japanese pun. And Boshi rhymes with Yoshi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, Boshi rhymes with Yoshi, so.
It's true. So let's take a look at Yoshi's Island.
Boshi's Island. Okay. Boshi's Island would be fun. I like this crane shot. That
Yes.
is expensive.
Chopper shot right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is the 1990s, a little bit of that Michael Bay filmmaking technique of having multiple planes of movement. We've got these bushes in the foreground with the scene happening in the background. Sort of provide a little bit of visual interest to a scene that is fairly basic in its framing.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting that Nintendo hasn't really tried that much with framing at all. I think all the shots have been pretty much just straight medium shots or wide shots, actually. But I liked that nice pan across and the fade in from white.
That is, the technique that Nintendo is using there is it's a fairly Japanese technique, and I'm failing to remember the name of the director who is known for it, but in Japan in the 1950s through 60s would often make films where they would almost intentionally always have the framing of the camera, around chest height, medium shot, because they didn't want to use that language of film. They didn't want the framing to say anything about it, so they established that the rules of the camera will always be the same. And Nintendo has been running with that philosophy so far since they launched. So how did you feel about the intro to Yoshi's Island?
I feel like your analysis of it really sold me on it. I think it is very in touch with its cultural roots in terms of, Japanese cinema history. But I think that it kind of took the easy way out and communicated much of the story through text.
Yes.
Which I don't love.
And
generally.
we're beyond that now, yeah.
Yes, we are beyond that. It's 1995 now. Come on. Like, you referenced Michael Bay. Like, we're used to that sort of bombast. That's what we sort of want in, this post Braveheart era of epics post Schindler's
This is
List.
the second stream in a row that I've been on where we talked about Braveheart.
Wait, really? What was the other one?
Me and Thomas, when we were playing Nidhogg, we talked about Braveheart.
Oh, maybe it's Thomas's influence being in the room. Engineer Cody Thomas over there. Yeah, so I liked the aesthetic of that. Also, I like the crane shot in the beginning.
Yeah, it's a beautiful chopper shot.
Beautiful chopper shot. But other than that, wasn't really sold.
Yeah, I don't rank it too high. I would put it. I put it above Super Mario Land 2, but below Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, now we're in the 3D world.
here we go.
Finally, a world I am familiar with. Super Mario 64. Mario just spoke for the first time.
Yep, first time we've heard his voice.
This big disembodied head here. Kind of frightening, kind of like a horror film, actually. This is a big change of pace. No real coherent narrative.
No, very avant-garde to start, but
Yeah.
here we go. Now we're into a slightly more traditional intro.
I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess.
Oh, there's voice acting.
So sort of here we see Nintendo easing out of the era of written text, sort of giving us our, oh my goodness. And once again, breaking the fourth wall as Nintendo is wont to do. The first character we meet in the real space of this game is the cameraman, the person whose perspective through which we will be seeing this adventure.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So it is kind of a callback to Mario's history, as this is a stage play, and we are very cognizant of that. So even though we're in the 3D space now, so we're in the film world, we're in the
just
cinematic
right there,
world.
jump to the perspective of
Yeah.
this character who we will now be inhabiting the site of for the rest of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, it just does this very interesting 180-degree shot there, panning the camera around so that we become him, which I think is really fascinating. Also, they were a little bit more dynamic with that camera work.
Absolutely. I think they're
cool.
really going the extra mile to orient the viewer to the transition to 3D space.
Yeah.
Doing it gently, smoothly. They're using, that steady camera technique so that it's, it doesn't feel jarring like a handheld camera would. The character is floating on a cloud. Our cameraman is floating on a cloud, which, will help ease motion sickness for people who are new to this sort of new era of camera movement.
Now I'm just imagining a Mario game that's shot like freaking Blair Witch or something, or it's like a lot of like first-person perspective shots that are really, really shaky.
Yeah.
A lot of quick cuts and like, oh my god, like just like a Mario Resident Evil game, but like shot like Blair Witch.
Yeah, it's a found footage Mario game.
Found footage Mario game that's just like a straight adventure. Like it's not a horror.
Right. It's just all like shot on like vertical iPhone.
God, I can't wait for that intro. That would be really good. So I liked that one a lot. I think I also have a bias because I pretty much only like 3D Mario games.
Okay.
So I would rank that pretty high. What about you?
Pretty good. I'm sorry. I'm just distracted by some
I'm
of the
seeing what
some of
people
the
are
chat.
saying about Luigi.
I'm seeing what some people are saying about Bowser being a bossy sub.
Luigi's a hard
boy.
top.
This is a good chat. All right. Let's
Wait, where are we putting that?
good question. Mario 64, I really, really liked.
Yeah.
I think it is only topped right now by Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yes. Again, I didn't love that disembodied head thing, which actually sort of does fulfill my need for a first-person found footage Mario game. Now that I think about it, but I think the rest of it
Wait,
really
what
came
game?
together. Like if there was a found footage
Yeah.
Mario game,
Yeah.
it would look like the very beginning of Super Mario 64 with the head. Okay. So here is Super Mario Sunshine.
Let's get
Ooh,
rolling.
we need to back up a little bit because we need to see that M, because that's a very important part of this. Okay. So we'll just see this. Boom. Look at that. Now that's cool.
That is a very cool modern title treatment. And there we
Yeah.
have that wide shot where we can establish the clouds in the foreground.
There's actual cuts.
Jumping right to the action now.
God, I remember this intro. Like there are multiple camera positions.
Yeah, and the economy of storytelling so far is pretty seamless.
Look at that.
dragging a little bit here.
Yeah, that was a very long shot. Very held for very long.
And here we're borrowing from. This is a great filmic technique, is sort of the media within media.
Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven loves to do this in his films, sort of cutting away to television broadcasts to
Yeah.
provide a sort of natural form of exposition, where the people doing the exposition are within the world as well, it tells you the way. Media communicates in this world, tells you things about this world. So right there, we just saw a wonderful shot of a tourism video where there's something untowards going on.
Oh wow, I loved that little subtle zoom.
And you'll notice that they went into the detail of putting the CRT scan
Yes,
lines on the television.
I loved that. Also, we're getting a lot of character moments from Mario.
Yeah, which is more than we normally get. So we're seeing here that Peach is really the only person who is aware of the possible danger they're in.
Ooh, love this ad.
Let's take a second to watch this great
Milky Way ad. In the middle of the intro. I love when you watch a
really
movie.
strange decision for Nintendo to just throw a Milky Way ad in the middle of the intro for their game.
I really love that.
Yeah.
I remember playing Super Mario Sunshine for the first time, and I was really hungry, and then there was a Milky Way ad, and I was like, I should get one of those. I'm just loving all of this different camera work.
Bit of the heat blur effect.
Yeah.
And Mario still fantasizing about food until the bumpy landing.
I loved how they used the camera to communicate the bump right there.
What happened?
Star
Wow,
wipe, or not
yeah.
Star wipe, but
Just a wipe.
gradient wipe.
Yeah.
What's this icky paint-like goop?
So
It's a
maybe a
toads.
bit expository here.
Yeah. This part's not doing it for me as much.
No, that's a nice
Ooh,
shot.
yeah, that is very cool, especially with that heat wave effect.
Right. Oh wow, perfect reverse. Look at that.
Good shot, reverse shot right there.
This feels Hitchcock. Look at
It
that.
does, yeah.
Wow.
It really does. Wow, yeah.
Cut back to the water tank. The figure that was once there is gone. Where
Yeah.
is he? Who knows?
Peach is really shining, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is very Hitchcockian. She's our Hitchcock blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Super Mario Sunshine!
Damn.
My favorite part of every great film is when the main actor yells the name of the movie over the title.
I love, yeah, they're really embracing really popular film techniques. One, the ad in the middle, the ad break it very early on in the intro.
Classic technique.
And then having your lead actor just shout the name as
Yes.
loudly as possible.
Yeah.
And I was wondering when Nintendo would actually finally embrace very Hallmark techniques, honestly, in modern cinema. So that's really impressive to see. Overall, that was just very modern in general, I think, which I really appreciated. Like, there's a lot of different camera work. The reverse shot part was fantastic.
That was really good. That built so much tension.
It really did. And just there was a really strong narrative arc built, which we have not seen.
And we're going to do a pretty quick 180 from that to New Super Mario Bros. But first, I am going to rank that one. Super Mario Sunshine.
I really liked that a lot.
I did too. Is that better than Mario Bros. 3?
I think it is.
I think it is, yeah.
I think it is, like, on a full story level.
Some folks in the chat pointing out some of their favorite films where the main actor shouts the name of the film over the edits. Who could forget Orson Welles? Is it Orson Welles in Citizen Kane? Shouting Citizen Kane over the main titles.
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Tom Hanks. The thing that I loved about the way they handled it in Saving Private Ryan is they had the actor who's playing old Matt Damon actually morph into young Matt Damon as he shouted "Saving Private Ryan" over with the title "Saving Private Ryan" over his face. I loved that decision.
I love in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button how it's just the entire movie is just him going through his life backwards but while shouting the name of the film.
Yeah.
So it goes from like old man Benjamin Button
Yeah.
to young baby. So by the end he's just kind of cooing it.
Yeah.
It's very good. Very good touch.
Let's keep moving.
Okay. So we're at New Super Mario Brothers now for the DS, I think. This game sucks. Or maybe it's for the Wii, I forgot. Who cares? It sucks. It's DS. definitely a throwback. But it's interesting because it's 3D. So it's sort of like, nice little callback, modern callback. I do like how multiplanar this is. So in the front we have the 3D, but then it's a 2D space completely in the back, which is I always like that sort of perspective. Not loving all this off-screen action.
Well, I'm a fan of it.
I mean, I guess it's played to comic effect.
Right. Yeah. They know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that was okay.
It just cuts right into the, the game, the diegetic part of the game, which is interesting.
I think it was good. It was evocative of me of Super Mario Bros. 3, which is one of my favorite ones, and that they're sort of using the movement and mechanics of the game to tell a fun little story, having the characters run back and forth on the screen.
That's true.
Sort of keeping a familiar framing for us, not giving us a dramatically different experience than we're going to get once we hit that start button.
That's
and
something
begin the
we've always
adventure.
talked about, that we like when we can tell what the game is going to be from the intro.
Right.
And yes, we completely know what this game is going to be. It's going to be a throwback Mario. And it's called New Super Mario Brothers, and I think it does show that.
It does what it says on the tin.
It
Let's
does.
where do we want to put that one?
I mean, I put it high. I don't like it as much as Wario.
Okay.
I put
Just
it
under
there.
Wario.
Yeah, just under Wario.
Just where all of us want to be.
Right under Wario.
Right under Wario.
Yes. All right. Here we go. With...
Sunshine, I believe?
No, we just saw Sunshine. Galaxy?
Sorry, Galaxy, yeah. So this one begins with incredible bombast, with a straight up line of, pardon me, just a line of cannons firing, and this is
wow.
chaos like we've never seen in the Mario universe.
Wow.
Incredible one shot here, steady cam work, moving slowly along the
Oh
ground.
my... Did you
Hands,
see
zooms
that?
up. Yep.
That was fantastic.
It was a great decision for them to bring Kojima's team in to direct the
Yeah.
intro for this one. And then there we see that this is in fact Bowser laying siege to the Mushroom Kingdom as his flag flaps across the screen,
Yeah.
reinforcing once again with the brass relief of him on the back of the ship. Boss relief.
Boss, yeah, I'm really loving Kojima's camera work here. So something I really appreciate about him is not only did he insist upon directing, but he also is the cameraman, which is very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting shots here, a lot of different shots. We have that wide shot, now we're behind Peach, we've changed perspective.
Oh, there's once again the push-pull zoom that we stopped and discussed in the Crash Bandicoot video.
Oh, that vertiginous thing.
Yeah.
I also really liked that shot from Bowser's perspective that we just saw.
Yeah, technically very impressive shot moving down from the ship to a lower perspective.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Again, showing her above to present vulnerability.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful.
I love the sort of maternal imagery of the breasts on the bottom of the ship.
3 of them.
3 of them representing.
Extra maternal.
Yeah.
What women would give to have three breasts. We could be the true mothers we aspire to be. So this shot's not really doing it for me as much. That was sort of a static. I think they held that too long. But then we cut back, and now it's getting visually interesting again. Lots of shots from above and below, which I think is, they're really pushing that budget. They had a lot of money allotted to them this time. They just wanted to go all in.
Love that shot of the tensile, the chains straightening as they try to lurch the castle up out of the ground. Like, conceptually, I think this is a really awesome bit, because we've seen, it's an incredible raising of stakes. We've seen Bowser steal a princess. We've seen Wario steal coins. We've seen a castle inhabited. We've never seen a castle fully stolen.
Yes, just completely removed from the earth.
And taken to space.
We've barely left Mushroom Kingdom.
We don't even know where it is.
Yeah. Now we are we are on the Earth. We're now aware of that.
Yeah.
And I question if this is the same galaxy that we share, the Milky Way, but we have a sense of the greater universe that Mario inhabits.
Yeah. Normally when I'm watching a film, the thing that I'm usually thinking about is, like, until I see a shot of this planet from space, I'm not going to assume this is Earth.
I never want to assume that this is the same Earth. It could be Earth 2, it could be a separate Earth. I've never been to other planets. I don't want to assume that they look drastically different than ours. So, I really appreciate that they answered my biggest question: is this on Earth?
Whenever I get a chance to talk to a filmmaker about their film, like at a film festival setting
Yeah.
or something, I normally stand up and I raise my hand and I say, first of all, love the film. Second of all, where do you get your ideas? And then if I have time for a third question, I'll say,
Yeah.
is the film set on Earth? Because we did not see it from space.
And then I try and get in a fourth question. I'm like, why didn't you have the actors shout the name of the film?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a really creative choice there, a really ambitious move.
And also, like, I appreciate the filmmakers who find, like, sort of natural expository ways of working that into the script. So just like having somebody wake up and say, it's another great day here on Earth.
Yeah.
Just to let us all know what planet the story is taking place on. And Star Wars is a great at this because they'll usually say the name of the planet
Yeah.
on the screen when they show it. And I just think that other films should probably do that too.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling.
Super Mario Galaxy. Where'd you put that?
Sorry, I started looking in the chat.
Don't ever do that. They're all talking about Peach's sexuality right now. I really liked Super Mario Galaxy. I would put that very high.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really rad. I might put that above Sunshine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
It's the best so far.
best one. Love that game. My favorite Mario game, other than 3D Land. Okay. Now it's Peach's birthday. Let's see what's up. Okay, press and play here. All right, I think that text is kind of killing it for me because
I think it was fairly fucking obvious that it was his birthday,
Yeah.
and I'm insulted that they would tell me that.
Exactly. Clearly, it's her birthday. There's
Clearly it's her
presents, and it's not like we came in from,
Ooh.
out of Earth.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Nice callback to a classic moment in American political history, for sure. Yeah.
That time that JFK fucked a cake.
Yeah. Like Marilyn Monroe came out of the cake and he pushed her aside and just put his dick right in the cake. Classic. I remember that like it was yesterday. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not really loving the camera work here. I think it's kind of stayed. It was just like a lot of very wide shots. It's same thing, that theatrical setup of just the straight camera, just trained right
Okay,
ahead.
pause it. We were looking at a
Pause.
different game now. Yeah, that didn't do a lot for me. That
yeah.
was New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yes, I think so. And it just kind of felt insulting, like you said, insulting to our intelligence. It didn't try anything interesting with the camera. It was like, you visually cannot handle this. It had to telegraph to us. It didn't telegraph. It literally explicitly communicated to us, it's Princess Peach's birthday. And it's like, hello, yes, we know that. We are intelligent filmic textual readers. We can read the film. We know what's going on. We see a cake. We know, okay, someone's going to fuck this cake because it's someone's birthday.
Yeah, you show a cake in the first act. Somebody fucks the cake in the third act.
Exactly. It's Chekhov's cake.
Yeah.
know
Let's
that.
let's rank that one. I'd say that's worse than Super Mario Land 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That game sucks. Okay, here is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Sequel to our favorite intro. So
Interesting.
this one, it's as if they shot their wad with Super Mario Galaxy. And so they're saying, you know what, we've already set up the dramatic stakes here. You know that Mario is out of this world. So now we're just going to show you how the gameplay is going to change. Because so what was, such a big deal about Super Mario Galaxy 2, just to step outside of the film, or the intro for a second, is that this was like the first mainline Mario game in years, or the first 3D one to get a sequel. So I feel like this is them proving why they chose to do that.
God,
Sort
this
of-
game looks amazing. I've never played this.
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
that's the whole point. Like, they're basically trying to sell you on, like, okay, it's not that we don't have ideas anymore. Like,
Right.
no, we had so many great ideas that
Look at
we
all
want to
these
show
ideas.
them to you. So on a film level, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't really go to films and I don't expect directors to be like, I have so many good ideas for this movie. Here's all my good ideas.
Yeah.
Do you still want to watch the movie now? And then I'm like, nah.
Yeah, it's not really doing it for
dog.
me. It looks like a very good game, but for an intro video, this is. It is pretty, but it's not
Yeah.
my cup of tea.
I mean, it's literally like going to see Citizen Kane and them showing all the best scenes in a 30-second montage. which would not be super fun.
Right.
Oh, but here's a nice callback
Yeah.
with the ships. This is also very long.
It's really interesting though that this didn't get like a crazy title sequence like the last other Mario Galaxy.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think I understand why, but I also loved
Ew.
that one so much that I would have preferred something like that. Also, is it just me or is it really creepy when Mario rides Yoshi in 3D?
When they're flying, it's weird.
Because
All right.
Yoshi looks like the same size as Mario.
What the hell am I seeing now? I'm freaked out by whatever.
I'm
it's on
excited.
screen now.
Okay, let's rank that one.
I put it above Super Mario Bros. 2, below Super Mario World.
Super Mario Galaxy 2?
That's better than Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I don't know what this one is. This might be New Super Mario Brothers 2, maybe? We'll see.
Oh, okay, I thought that was a creature looming in the background behind the camera. I didn't know it was a tree. I thought it was like a Lovecraftian lump.
But I like that
That is
obscurity.
great.
Yeah, I really like that. It feels like a very classic, like, Disney movie
What
almost.
was that? Okay. Wow.
Nice fade.
Implying a whole season of change. We began in the winter. Now we're in the autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, hold on. Time is flowing backwards in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I'm not so happy about that tree with the tail. Oh,
Oh.
interesting. I
Bit
love
of
that.
Photo storytelling.
I appreciate pictorial storytelling in games more than like text-based, so I really liked that little effect there.
A little bit of animation. I love the framing there.
Yeah.
Sort of the right side of the frame left open to sort of imply adventure yet to be had.
I will say
and
I'm sort
emptiness
of
to be filled.
I'm sort of confused on a narrative level now.
I am also getting very confused.
This kind of feels like a weird fever dream. This is like
Yeah.
almost like Dada right now to me. Because Luigi just came out of nowhere and Peach is fine and they're both flying. So that was a bit odd.
And there's Bowser and his rude family.
Very rude.
Wait, Bowser's
Bowser's not even there. It's just
Yeah.
the Koopa kids.
They just stole his thingy.
They are very rude. They are very, very rude. Okay, I'm going to pause that. That felt like two different stories to me.
Yeah.
Two different films. And they weren't tied together very well.
It seems like it might have got caught up a bit in rewrites.
Yeah, it definitely feels
maybe
like...
there was a change of director at some point.
Yeah, I think like there were reshoots and Joss Whedon
What game
came
even
on at
was
the
that?
end.
Yeah, Joss Whedon came. Script doctor Joss Whedon came on in the last second to fix it up, and that's actually why Peach wasn't kidnapped. Is he's just so dedicated to empowering women.
Yeah. Yeah, I do appreciate that classic Whedon-esque
So
sort
Joss
of move.
Whedon's Mario comes
I
in.
think that's what it was called.
Yeah,
I wasn't a huge fan.
me neither.
So I'd put it maybe below Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Because at least that one was visually interesting. I did really like that opening, though. Oh, yeah. Put 2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it was two
maybe
different
it was
games.
two different games.
We're so sorry, everybody.
Whatever.
Who cares?
We're going to compile them together. It was Joss Whedon's Mario.
Joss Whedon's Mario does not rank very high for us. Let's keep moving.
It was Super Mario 3D Land and New Super Mario Brothers 2. Well, you know what? They both sucked. And it was Joss Whedon's Mario and it was bad.
It was 2 games. 2 games?
2 games. All right, here is New Super Mario Brothers Wii U, I guess. I assume.
And I'm loving the biblical sort of a Last Supper imagery right off the bat.
Yes. Sort of going into some Judeo-Christian imagery, which is interesting for, a Japanese game.
Alex Dowson in the chat is saying that there is an actual intro to Super Mario Galaxy 2 that we did not watch.
Oh.
Ooh, I love this contraption. We'll look that up, Alex.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh, nice little redirection there.
Ooh. I like that it sort of fakes you out thinking it's just going to do the same static Mario shot, but actually this is very complex. Wow, look at that.
Fat Yoshis, I
Fat
love them.
Yoshis. Wow, oh, I love that subtle, just like, movement of the camera right there. That pan up. And generally, I don't like off-screen action, but that was a very nice camera movement as well. Sort of panning over to the castle under siege. I feel like this is probably a different game.
This is 3D. 3D
Yeah,
world.
okay. I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too.
It felt like a nice throwback, which again is the point of the new Super Mario Brothers series. And I think that was the most successful one because it was both a reinvention and throwback.
Definitely. So that was new Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Yes.
God, these names.
Very bad. Nintendo, your names are horrible.
Where do you think that one ranks?
I'd probably put it right above Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Wasn't my fave, but I liked it. Okay, so this is 3D World. Also
Hit
on
it.
Wii U. Might be our last one.
Oh, I love that theme.
Everyone looks so happy. I also liked the camera panning down from the sky.
I love this. So far we've seen these characters moving mostly on a 2D plane.
Yes.
It's about to change. That actually right there I think is the first time like we see any canonical example of Mario and Luigi being plumbers, fixing a pipe.
That's very true. Wow. I've never thought about that.
So they've welcomed over a presence from another realm, and again, some of that pictorial storytelling.
Which I really like that.
Maybe lingering a bit long. I think I got the point before that ended.
I appreciated it because I'm not familiar with her, so I sort of need to ingest all of that. Ooh, I really like that very subtle, like, zoom in when Bowser grabbed her.
Little push.
Yeah, a nice little push for the real effect of that, the power. Shit. Oh, man, and now we are bisecting that 2D plane right there.
Absolutely. You absolutely nailed it. And the way they choose to emphasize that to us is these characters moving towards the camera in a significant way for the first time and then away, which is, the big thing in Super Mario 3D Land is that it is 3D.
Yeah.
Beautiful intro, seamlessly into the gameplay. Allegra, this has been wonderful. Let's rank that one real quick.
I liked that one a lot.
Yeah.
Super Mario 3 World. I would put it, maybe right above New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Now Patrick needs to go take a nap.
I have to go.
To go to a meeting.
I have to go to a meeting. I do know that that we missed an intro and we combined two games. I don't apologize. I don't care.
Me neither.
We'll add it onto another stream at some point. But thank you for hanging out and playing the baseball game. I've got to do an abridged version of the outro. It's been a pleasure, Allegra.
It was a pleasure.
So I think.
Well. That was the very delayed.
Thank you. The pleasure and the privilege are mine. When this is over, all of your comments, your beautiful comments, thank you for hanging out. All of your comments will be gone like tears in rain. But what we would love for you to do is when this becomes a video on demand, which it should in 10, 15 minutes, come back, watch it again, see if there's any details you missed, but then give us some pointers for other good games for us to do some serious filmic analysis of the intros of. Sooner or later, we're going to have to start introducing, I don't know, end sequences or something because we're going to run out of good intros.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for hanging out and playing the baseball game once again. We'll be back in a couple weeks to do this again.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.